All right, what's going on? PriceIsKing.com. Make sure you like and subscribe. We're gonna get into why Sofi. Why did it tank today, or did it really tank today? And should you buy this stock? You know, there's a lot of questions that come in recently asking, is Sofi a good stock buy right now? And then let's get into that, right? I'm going to talk about the technical aspects of it, why, Sofi. I keep calling it Sofi, but it's really Sofi. There's other reasons why I call it Sofi, but let's not get into that. But we're going to get into why, this particular stock is headed towards another level. Okay, we're going to get into that at a technical level. There's a lot of stuff going on in terms of fundamentals, in terms of news cycles. They're getting away from themselves in the crypto sphere, right? They're moving away from that. Their fundamentals still, I'm not going to get into that because that's not what I do, right? I don't look at all the fundamental aspects of it, but I do want to show you why you should get into it, why you should buy Sofi, and from a technical perspective, right? As you can see on my screen, a lot of stuff. I mean, from previous videos that you've seen, you know I follow a lot of the fundamental three things, right? I have the Bollinger Bands, I have the MACD, and I have the RSI along with my RAM indicator. With that said, let's take a look. I'm going to zoom in. These are daily charts. Obviously, this has been trading in a range between around the low fives up. It went to the high 11s a couple of months ago, and then after earnings it continues to go down, right? And this is what we've been seeing, but that's about to change, right? What's happening with this company in itself is about to change. There's one of the fundamental things you want to look at. There are technical things that you want to look at, and I always point this out: is the 200-day below the 50-day, or is it the vice versa, right? And you'll see that cross has occurred. Okay, we are looking at 200 being above the 50-day, which is not a good sign. I don't really like that, but what's going to happen? I see the MACD is going upwards. Okay, you see these big mountains. What we have to look at focuses the previous high, and did it break the previous high? Of course it did. Look at that. And so what does that mean? This is going to cross over the zero line. We're going to get the RSI that's on an upward trend. We have this lower highs, all these lower highs that are kind of forming, right? What we have to do is we have to see the bulls come in and take this eye out, which is the 849, okay, which is not that far away. Okay, with this big green candle, it's on the uptrend, right? We're going to try to break this previous high, which it did. Now it's going to go gravitate towards the 847. All right, so that's the next leg up. Once it breaks that, we're going to try to break the 872, then the 916. Okay, that is the ultimate goal. Now, we're always looking at it. Okay, so we look at the fact that the mid band on the Bollinger has held it in, as you can see. Let me zoom in a little bit so you guys can see. This is the mid band on the Bollinger Band. It's held it in, and so what that means is now, because it's held it in, we have the 50-day right above it. Now the 50-day, it has crossed the 50-day, and where's it going? It's going up above, right? Now the 50-day is going to cross back over the 200-day. So as long as that happens, and I think that's the next goal right here, is because you see the uptrends across all the boards, right? And you're going to have this upper band being touched for the next few days. But let's actually take a look at one of the other things that I look at a higher level, which is the fibs. I'd like to take a look at it and see where things are to kind of find an additional support areas and resistance areas. So let's go to the high, and then let's go to the lows. Okay, and this is the previous high. Actually, let me do it the other way, because we're looking at highs and then the lows. Okay. So what happened here? Look at what happened. It actually went towards the 50-day, and it crossed the 50%. I'm sorry, it went towards the 50%, but the 38.2 kind of held it in. Right now, what we're doing is you got a lot of resistance up here. You got, and you'll see where all these numbers, they pretty much line in with all the previous lower highs, right? And there's always a reason for that. And you'll see the 38 held it in. You had the 23 hold it in right around here. Again, the 23.6 holding it around here. Right now, the third time, it could be either a charm or it could break through and make it into a support. Now, I have a feeling with all the news recently that's going on, this is gonna go find itself on the top and making the 23.6 a support. What are we seeing that? Why am I saying that? Is because of the MACD, the RSI, and we got the support on the mid-band. All right. So keep that in mind. This is what's going on with Sofi, my bad. And the technicals look good along with the fundamentals, right? And so I'm gonna be long on Sofi. All right, this is a company that a lot of big players are getting into right now. At the same time, they are going away from risky business, which I think, from the crypto side of things, the SECs have been cracking down on various different things, and I think they just don't want to be part of that, right? Their business model want to take it to a different level, and we'll just have to wait and see. I mean, you saw recently Kramer also. I mean, I don't really like to follow that dude, but Kramer also said, hey, you know what? Go long on Sofi. That's one of those stocks that in the next year we're going to see big groundbreaking numbers that are going to go up. And so my take on this is, with what I presented to you here, short term we're going to start seeing around 845 numbers. Then we're going to go look into the nines. It's not going to be like fast, okay? It's going to be taking baby steps, but it will happen. It's just a matter of time. So keep that in mind. Let me know if you have any questions, comments. Please like and subscribe. PriceIsKing.com.